Okay, so we're going to build out the Pelican 1650 today using a TrekPak kit. If you're not familiar with that kit, it's a organizer for a lot of the hard cases out there. I have a couple of other Pelicans already built with this system, but they did change the way the kit works now. If you look back at some of my older videos, you'll see that the kit used to come pre-cut. So there was only a certain way you can organize your system because everything was already pre-cut. And then they realized that they should just let the end user cut the system themselves so that they can make as many dividers or as many compartments as they need and customize it to the way they want it. And you can also buy additional dividers and cut those down as well so that you can add even more compartments into your system. So anyways, let's take a look at that. I have a couple of pieces here that I plan on putting inside of this case. We've got the Ursa 4.6K. We've got a couple of Zine lenses here, some cinema lenses, some V-mount batteries. Then there'll be some other things along the way, but I'll show you how I can build compartments for this stuff in here. Now, I don't want to go with the pluck foam because once you pluck it, you're pretty much stuck. With the TrekPak system, after you build it, you can rearrange your compartments. You can pull dividers out. Very simple, quick, no Velcro as well. It's a really nice system. So I'm going to show you a bit of that today. Let me move this stuff aside and then put the kit up here and then we'll get started. All right, here you go. This is the TrekPak kit for the Pelican 1650. Now I have it for my 1510. So they're going to give you a couple of parts that are custom fit to this case, but the divider area is going to be something that you cut yourself depending on what you want to store in your cases. So the first thing they give you is foam that goes on the top lid. So if you're going to buy a case, probably don't get one with foam because you're going to pay extra for that foam, but they're also going to give you this extra foam here. You've got two bottom foam pieces here. Now if you look very carefully at the ends, it's a little perforated here. The reason why is there's a slant inside of this case. So you're going to have one foam at the top that you're not going to remove the perforation and one at the bottom. So here, I'll show you. I'm going to remove the perforation on this end as well, and this will be the bottom one. And only because of the interior design of the Pelican, they have some cutouts for the wheels and the handle, and it's slightly tapered in, so the bottom one is going to sit a little bit lower. Now you notice there's two cutouts on this end, one on this end, so it's going to line up perfectly in here. There you go. And then as I said, this one is going to go at the top, so you don't really have to pull those out. There you go. We've got nice thick foam padding inside the bottom of our case. Now that we've got that in, we're going to add the exterior, and you notice it's got a little bend in it, so that just goes in here. And you'll notice there's a little slot here, so you're going to bend that around as well. Same with this one. You put this on the outside and it's going to fit perfectly. Got a little bend over here. And that should fit perfectly inside. Now on all of these dividers on the edge and all of these dividers here, you'll notice there are some perforations. So this is what you use to join the sections together, so you can build your dividers and then you put them together with these little kind of U-hooks, little clamps. You insert them into the perforations and that keeps them in place. I've been using, again, the TrekPak system for my other cases. It's been great. Everyone I show it to, they end up getting it as well because it just makes a lot of sense. You know, you're always changing the gear that's inside your case. So with the TrekPak system, you just move the dividers around very quickly. Again, no Velcro, no pluck foam. You could reorganize it very quickly and just kind of customize it for the gear you're bringing on that day. All right, now we have a couple of dividers here and we can cut them down any way we want. Once we fit them inside of the case, the perforations here, we're going to use these little clamps to hold them in place amongst each other. The first thing I want to do is I want to get one out this way. So I'm going to figure out where I need to cut it. They give you a tool. So this tool right here is going to allow us to cut a nice clean line across our divider. So the first thing I'm going to do is just measure this out, figure out where I want to cut. There you go. So we just hold the tool like this, and we're just going to slide across. That's it. Nice clean cut, right? And we should have a perfect fit with our divider. Nope, I'm a little bit long. I'm going to cut one more strip here. Now this tool has a guide on the inside of this perforation, so we just have to figure out which one we're going to cut, and we can just kind of trim down until we get it right. Look at that, nice and straight, very clean. This one's a little bit tight. I'm going to cut it down one more time. This is great because you really can't mess up here. Yeah, that's better. I'm going to be able to move that around very easily. We got a perfect fit going across here. Now let me show you how these little U-hooks work. These right here. They come with these little red little tabs here. You can slide this in, so it makes it easier to pull out. And you just drop it right there in the corner, right in here, and it will basically join this section to this section here. I really love this new system that they have that you can customize it yourself. The other ones came with pre-cut dividers, and you can only fit them a certain way, but now you can literally build as many as you want, you know, horizontally, lengthwise, whatever. Let me show you. For instance, if I wanted to just drop my whole Ursa in just like this, which I probably wouldn't do, I could just measure the width of my Ursa, take this divider, move it as close as I can, and there you go, done. I would have a compartment for my Ursa, and it would fit right in there. And so let's build a few more things. Actually, let's build another long one here, and then I'll make some dividers for my cinema lenses. You also notice that I'm cutting this one here because this one is going from you know, this way. They sent me a long one in case I want to bring a divider out lengthwise here, and this is great. So this is one complete thing, and then you could do several sections in between. So we could use this as well. All right, so before I start cutting for my lenses, I'm going to drop a lens here just to know how wide I need to get with my next divider. So this is probably as wide as I need it right here, and then I'm going to measure this out, and then I can create several dividers here and drop at least 3 lenses across. So let me measure that out, and then we'll cut this. There you go, one divider, drop that right down the middle. And you don't have to be 100% perfect because again, you can move these things around a little bit. So let's add a pin here, add a pin here, make a nice little compartment for my lens. There you go, got one done. So what I'm going to do next is measure this one so I can get the same cut. I'm going to measure and cut this 3 times so I can have dividers over here. So I used up a couple of my long pieces here, so I'm going to take this extra one that I have for the lengthwise divider, and I'm going to cut one over here. So let me measure that out. Nice. Okay, V-mount. Here's our V-mount battery. We just need enough width over here for this. Put a second one in here too. Maybe I'll run them side by side like this. It's a great thing. You can just organize it the way you want. So I'll do a couple of shorties this way. Might have some already. Look at that. Nice. Okay, we'll cut another one like this. And if you guys run out of this stuff, you can always buy extras. Okay, so I've been busy with my TrekPak over here, configuring it to the way I want for my Ursa kit and the things I want to bring with my Ursa. Here's some extra parts here. I did order an extra divider for this case, so I can cut it down any way I want. I do have, again, a couple of scraps. I had some scraps up here, and I was able to fit my Ursa and 2 slots for some V-mount batteries, but again, I can add my V-mount batteries over here on this side. I put my viewfinder in here. I have my handle for my Blackmagic over here. I've got 3 slots for my Zine lenses, cinema lenses. So I've got a lot more compartments or space I could do to reconfigure this. Again, the great thing about the TrekPak is you build the way you want. If I had something very long that needed to go here, I could just pull this middle divider out and then I have all this room, or I can move this divider across the space to get a smaller slot if I wanted to have like a smaller accessory in here, or add more dividers across this way. You really just pull the tabs out and move it around the way you want. They lock up against the sides or the edges of the case. So super configurable depending on whatever gear you're trying to bring. And unlike plug foam where you're stuck with that form, this one is just so modular. So again, everyone I've shown this to tends to buy this because they just feel like it's so modular, you end up using your case more. When I was using plug foam or Velcro for my cases, once it was configured, I didn't want to move things around because it was just too cumbersome to, you know, build it all over again. But this just makes it so simple. Just rearrange your tabs the way you want. Just move your dividers in any direction. So if one day I just wanted to make this a lighting kit, I could do that. Or if I wanted to make this a kit for my A7S, I could do that as well. Just move things around. Anyways, that's a look at TrekPak's new kit where you kind of cut it yourself and customize it yourself. I highly suggest making sure you get some extra stuff if you have a lot of small accessories. If you have a lot of big accessories, you don't need so many dividers, but if you have a lot of small stuff, then you probably want to get more so you can cut down and make a lot of different tiny dividers. But if you guys have any questions, I'm going to have a link below this video or on the website at cheesycam.com.